Hey guys, so thank you to Daniel for letting me know that this assignment hasn't been posted. So it's now posted and you are ready to turn it in when your draft is ready. If you want to see where to find it, you can go to assignments and it should be there. You can click on modules. And if you head down to our week, which is week 8, click on Rationale paper draft and it'll be there for you. So let's go over this real quickly. For your paper draft, your rationale paper draft needs to be complete. And by complete, I mean the following: a beginning, middle, and end. It really is up to you how much you write. You'll receive full credit for turning it in on time. But remember, I can only give feedback on what is written. So if you only have 3 paragraphs, opening paragraph, body paragraph, and closing paragraph, you will get your 5 points, but there won't be enough for me to adequately support your ideas in your writing and help you move it into the actual final draft. So just bear that in mind. Your rationale paper needs to be written based on the questions found on page 146 and 147 of Smagorinsky's Your Unit Rationale. We read this during week 3, and it's also found, the chapter was also found in the Disciplinary Literacy Conceptual Unit project. So we've read about it, but that was a while ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 weeks ago. We also looked at the mentor text, but that was a long time ago. So you might want to look at the mentor text down here at the bottom. And right here on the bottom, pages 1 through 4, so you can see what a completed, finalized rationale essay looks like. So these are the 7 questions that I want you to focus on in your rationale essay. Question number 1 is this: what concepts are central to the topic of this unit? So by now you all have your unit topic chosen, whether it's swimming, whether it's the Civil War, narrative writing in Spanish. You have your topic created, or chosen. So this question really is having you think about what are the concepts that you want to teach within that topic that you've chosen. So you look at your project proposal. I believe all of you have written concepts within that topic. So you can lift and use those into the draft. Question number 2, it focuses on the why. Why are you teaching this unit and its concepts? This is the so what. This is why does this matter? Why is this unit and the concepts within that unit meaningful to you, important to you, valid for you and your students? Question number 3. What types of justification am I primarily relying on to support my rationale? And remember, this was one of the earlier chapters that we read in Smagorinsky, psychology or human development, cultural significance. It's those 7 frames. So you're explaining a little bit more your justification for choosing that frame of thinking in your project. So you might want to consider going back to your project proposal and looking and seeing what justification, what framework that you're using. Please note that within each justification, if you're using more than one of those justifications, and to make it easier, I think I'll go to it real quickly. So project proposal. I think it's the 7 frameworks. So yeah, it's these. So for your justification, are you focusing on psychology or human development, cultural significance, literary significance, civic awareness, focus on a current societal problem, preparation for future needs, relevance, or alignment to standards? So whichever justification you're using, explain those types. And then for each of those justifications, this is your question: what are the main claims I can make about its relevance to the unit I'm proposing? Here's an example. Studying protest literature is important because it helps students understand the role of conscience in social action. And again, your project proposal should be you should have written something similar or something along the vein with the framework that you've chosen. So go back to your project proposal and revisit what you wrote, and then make those claims. And then notice as well, with each claim that you're making, you need to provide evidence and warrants. Warrants are the commentary. So the question reads, what kinds of evidence can I provide that would be persuasive to others? And how can I include a warrant that explains the ways in which the evidence I present supports my claim? You really are writing an argument essay where you are arguing why your topic and your concepts and the justification that you are using for this unit, why it matters, why it's important, why it's relevant, why it needs to be taught. And in order to do that, you need to have claims, evidence, and commentary, also known as warrants, to justify, to argue each of those frameworks that you're choosing. Again, justification is the seven frameworks from which to choose. Next, what counter arguments against my rationale can I anticipate, and how can I provide a rebuttal for them? This is important. This is not this is new in the sense that your project proposal didn't ask you to do this, but I want you to think about the protests. What can other teachers or parents or students protest and argue against the teaching of this topic and the concepts, and how will you rebut them? How will you take the counter argument and argue logically and rationally with a line of reasoning, claims, evidence, and warrants why the teaching of this unit is valid and important? That's what that question is about. And then finally, number 7, how can I provide a rationale for each of the units that my students will read in conjunction with the unit focus? So what this is asking you to do is really taking those texts that you've chosen, and all of you should have chosen your text by now, and writing a rationale for why those texts, why you chose those texts, and how those texts connect with your unit's focus, the topic of your units and the concepts that you're trying to teach. Let's look at the example text. So this is the example text, Ryan Russell's unit rationale. So you can see what he's done. He talks about the different types of. He uses all of the 7 questions to provide his to argue why this unit is valid and important. Read this carefully to see how he constructs it, and then use it as a mentor text to guide your writing. Please note that you do need to provide source materials to cite as evidence for each claim. Source materials can be any readings we've read so far in class or other scholarly articles, maybe even popular articles written by experts in your discipline. Please use APA citation. I've provided you a link, a guide to help you. Please note that I am very particular that we use APA citation accurately. I am not teaching you how to use APA citation. You guys are, most of you guys are juniors or seniors, and you can find the information yourself and appropriate it. I have the guide here, and if you click on that link, it's Penn State has a really nice guide, and you can use this as a resource as you write. Finally, this link is here for the mentor text, so you can look and see how to put it together. It's again 5 points due this Thursday, May 26th at 2 p.m. Email me if you have any questions, and happy writing.